Imperial Tropicals. Let's look at these show tanks. Look at this camera work. Sorry guys, getting used to the gimbal. Every now and then this gimbal does some wild stuff. So let me turn you guys around. How about these Zebrina pikes, guys? They're looking really good. They settled right into this tank. They're not being overly aggressive, which is great. It's pretty cool to see this pink kind of red belly come in on this one. We're hoping that means we have a male and a female. Not entirely sure. Hey Adam. Let's get a full view here, guys. So you'll see we added this pipe here. Right there. We added that pipe for the pike, but they don't even mess with it. They don't even care. They just kind of swim around the tank. They have not picked out a territory or anything. Kevin wants to see some rainbows. We can do that. Hey guys, you know, I think I might even take you guys down to the greenhouse today. We can look at some breeder rainbows. Now it's a little difficult for me to do it one-handed, but I'll do that for you guys, just so you guys can get a good idea of what some of these rainbows look like that we breed at a full mature size. Hey Guppy. So yeah guys, if you have any questions, requests, put them in now. We're gonna see what we can do. We'll go look at some rainbows here, and in the meantime we're gonna talk about our new shipping option. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen the video of the UPS access point? Jose, Sunset Haps, I'm not sure. That is a fish that we purchase. We do not breed here, so I'm not sure. It'd be whenever the local breeder has them available for us. Yes, so for you guys who don't know, we have a new shipping option. It is still UPS overnight, but when you go to check out from your cart only, so if you click on the upper right hand corner of your cart, it looks like a little shopping bag. When you go to checkout, it gives you the option of UPS it gives you the option of checkout or the option of UPS access point. Now if you select access point, what that's going to do, it's going to allow you to have your package shipped to a local UPS access point. A lot of them are stores. I see a lot of CVS's. I'm assuming stores like Walgreens or anything like that have this available. So your package gets shipped to that store, and then the store holds it until you're able to pick it up. Now, our DOA guarantee is still the same. It's still going to be 2 hours within delivery. We haven't decided if it's 2 hours from pickup from the store or if it's 2 hours from the time it's delivered to the store. Those are some kinks we still have to work out. But what do you guys think of that? We did see a lot of positive comments on our YouTube video about it, but the overall, I think that's really beneficial, especially for people who live in colder climates or live in climates that are way too hot during the summer. I see a lot of benefits, and it doesn't cost anything extra for you guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And I'm just reading through some of you guys' comments here. Daniel, glad to hear that your order was great. I hope we were able to meet the requests you had. Robert, that's a good question. Now, I haven't looked into that yet. So Robert asked, what time will the orders be delivered to the access point? I don't have that answer. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what it would be to like your address. It's just whenever the drivers are out. And honestly, I think they would probably deliver to the stores sooner rather than later. So I'm assuming it's sooner, but I have no input on like the actual answer to that. That's just a guess. And that's something as we go to check out on our end when we are printing your label, that's something it should give us that information, but it's usually only a deliver by time. So like right now it'll say if you selected UPS overnight and we were going to ship to you, it would say deliver by 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. That all depends on the season. But right now I think it just went back to 11 a.m. But for the last few months it was delivered by 11 p.m. So I'm assuming now it's back to the 11 a.m. and it's probably the same situation. Yeah, Jay, you can do that. This just allows for a much easier way to request that package be held where you would like it. And you can select somewhere closer to you than maybe the hub. So yeah, guys, let's go look at some rainbow fish. I think it's going to be really cool. It's not something we do often. I'm going to be working one-handed, so be prepared for some sketchy camera work. Here we've got the cats having fun on the styrofoam. Alright guys, we're going to walk over. We're going to go to the breeding area. I'm going to go slow, guys. I might lose connection and it might hop onto the cellular data. So I'm going to go slow. If I lose you, I will go back to the warehouse, but I'm hoping that it'll just kind of switch smoothly. Kevin's waiting on some kamakas and emerald males. So those are fish that we actually don't breed ourselves. Those come from a local breeder, not one of the... Hey Chevy, hey Susan, how you guys doing today? This is going to be a really beneficial new thing that we allow our customers to easily do. Now it could have been done in the past, but it just wasn't simple. It took a lot of emailing back and forth, and this just allows the customer right then to say, hey, I want this package shipped. Cotton says you're losing us. How is it now, Cotton? I know it's a little delayed, so let me know how it is. Anybody, just let me know. Hopefully I still have you guys here. All right, good. Comments come through, so oh yeah, so the quality might drop because I'm not on the Wi-Fi. There is some Wi-Fi on this side of the farm, but it's not very good, and I'm actually probably too far away from it. All right, guys, I'm gonna head back. I don't want it to go terribly for the whole time, so we'll head back. We'll get back on the Wi-Fi. But you guys see, it's really nice here. The weather is warming back up. It's colder at night. It's in the 40s to 50s. But in the during the day, it's getting up to the mid 70s, upper 70s. Tried to show them the greenhouses, but there's no signal.
No, there's not.
All right, guys. So we should have good signal coming back. Sorry about that, guys. We'll go look at the rainbows in the warehouse. Daniel, that might be a frame rate issue. Like, you know, you're looking at it a smaller screen. It's all condensed, so the quality is probably just going to be better rather than taking my crappy phone video and going onto a larger screen. So yeah, guys, sorry about that. We'll just look at the fish in here, stay connected to the Wi-Fi, keep the connection good, so we can look at the fish that are actually for sale. See. Sorry guys, just it was my phone's trying to reconnect to the Wi-Fi in here. So let me know if I'm back for you guys. It's showing I'm connected, so you guys should have me. Alright. Alright, good. Alright, so here we got the Lake Antino Bosemani. Guys, every time I try to take you to show you a cool part of the farm, this happens. It's unfortunate. There's so much more I want to show you guys live, because it takes us so long to produce edited videos. Here we have the Aves Creek Bosemani. Now in our breeders between the Lake Antino, the Aves Creek, and the Lake Uter, we do see a pretty significant difference. But in this size range, this 1 to 2 inch range, you're not going to see too much of a difference in color. But this is why I want to be able to show you guys the breeders, but it's looking like that's not going to happen. So at least not today. So here we have the classic Melanitania Herbert Axelrodi, or the yellow rainbows. Looks like a tank of some Deepwater Creek. Down here we have the Multisquamata. Now, these guys are a little bit hard to see. This tank's pretty dark, but these guys are actually really nice. They get really big, nice red color. We have here are some Wanamensis here, the Emerald Rainbows. See if I can get the glare for you guys. Looking like a lot of females in here. There are a few males, but really female heavy currently. So Daniel, I was just looking at the Bosemani today, so here's the aquarium strain. Now these guys are just going to be a pretty dark blue with a pretty dark orange in the tail. The Lake Uter I found to be a dark blue and a dark orange, a dark blue front, dark orange half. The Lake Antino, what I've seen is like a lighter blue color in the front and a more yellowy, no, it's a more red orange on the tail. And the Aves Creek are like somewhere in between there with their colors. Except for the Aves Creek were more of a yellow orange versus a red orange. Now, that's just what I've seen in our breeders. You do see a noticeable difference though in person. Here's some larger aquarium strain Bosemani as well. So Eric's got a question about the Starry Night. So it could be a while. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, Google, stop. I wonder how many guys that just affected with saying that. Okay, so you asked about the Starry Nights when they'll be back in stock. So we got a new strain of Bleakeri, or Starry Nights. We got the green spot. Now, we started a pond with only a handful of the old strain, and we just haven't got into the pond yet. So we're not going to know until we get back into the pond, probably until after winter, maybe late to early spring we might get some more in. The other Bleakeri we have available, the green spot Bleakeri, they are a really nice fish. They look very similar, but I haven't seen one completely grown out since we do have them spawning in the pond. So I couldn't tell you if they're as nice as the your classic Starry Night Bleakeri. Now here's one of the rainbows that I find to be fairly underrated. This is the Aru rainbow fish, or the Melanitania picta. Right now they are not showing too much color, but the males have such really nice long fins on the top and bottom. They're just always flashing them. Against this blue background, as usual, the color doesn't show, but a lot of really nice colors in the picta. But that's gonna be, guys, they haven't been selling, so unfortunately that's gonna be one that we're gonna discontinue breeding ourselves. So if anybody's interested in the picta rainbow, that's one of just a few species that we're not gonna breed. So now would be the time to get them. Kevin, the Ottos are under quarantine. They got a little bit of, they got a little sick, so they're just under quarantine. Once we know for sure they're healthy, we will get them back on the website. Dan's asking, what would I suggest for a good cichlid for a 20 long? If any of you guys have known me for a while, you know what I'm gonna say, and it's gonna be a dwarf cichlid, something like an Episto or a ram. If you do a pair of either of those would be great, or maybe even like a small group, maybe 5 Epistos. Here we're looking at some redhead Tapajos. Susan's asking, do we feed any natural color boosters? Define what you mean by natural. So Susan, most of our fish are fed Hikari foods, and then we also feed another food called Odiheim, and then we also feed some live food. So things like Daphnia, Moina, baby brine shrimp, those things we feed. All those things will naturally enhance the color of your fish, but we're not specifically feeding our fish any like color boosters or anything like that. Guppy, we lost the strain of the purple Moscow guppies, unfortunately. It went too long with being without being cold, so over time the strain kind of reverted back, and unfortunately that's when we lost. We might bring some more in, but I couldn't tell you if and when we would do that. Yeah, so naturally, Susan, the foods we feed, some of them have the, I'm gonna have a hard time saying it, but I know what it is, the astaxanthin. Some of the foods have that. It's just built into it. Some of the prep food, and then spirulina. Some of the foods also have that. Also, we feed our live cultures spirulina, so it's kind of gut loaded in them, which will also help the fish get some spirulina in them. A lot of questions today, guys. I like this. Thank you. Orange Venezuelan Cories. That's one we used to breed, and we stopped breeding them. That would be a good one to get in soon, so I'll look into that. Brian is asking if you should be worried about minor fin nipping. Really, Brian, it depends. Every situation is going to be different. So I start to worry if it becomes more than just like a small little missing piece of fin. Because if you start to get where you're missing an eighth, a quarter, half the fish's tail or fin, wherever they're getting bitten, that's when I start to worry, because then your fish is going to start getting stressed out. It's going to open them up for bacterial infection, and that's when you start having issues. So really, if the fish that's getting picked on, since we're talking about Balzani being the aggressor, it could just be I don't know, maybe breeding behavior. I don't know what's on with your tank, but I would try to figure out how to maybe add more caves or hides for the fish to help reduce that aggression. So whichever fish are getting picked on, that they're not getting overly picked on. Stacy, on young Madoka whitelips, do the females get blue like the males? Yes, they do. So they look very similar at a young age. It's actually difficult to sex them at a young age. I would say 3 to 4 inches, you could potentially start seeing like obvious differences. But those big lips don't really start to be pronounced until as they get bigger. The color is relatively the same though. Males in general, like most fish though, will be a more bright blue. So guys, I wanted to show a fish. You can see we got some fish in quarantine over here, but I did want to show a fish. I need to find them. Here we go. I'm gonna take a seat. We'll look at these guys. So these are our long-fin green dragon bushies. Looks like we got some eating here. These guys should be available on the website. They're looking pretty nice. Now they are small. They're 1.5 inches. They're going to be listed on the website at 1 to 2 inches, but they're really nice. Let's see if I can get it to focus on these guys' bellies. A little bit there. But yeah, really nice long flowing fins on these guys. This is one that we are breeding, but it's been a while since we've had them available, so it's nice to get some in here, get them on the website. Daniel, no, I do not keep any Guyana-cara or any Leda-cara personally. In the past, I've had some Curviceps, but not for very long. Dennis, no, I don't have an answer for that. I know so all of our swords do have the potential to get that big, but most of them we sell at a smaller size, and in an aquarium, I don't really see them getting that big. If they don't grow that big in the pond before they're sold, I don't see them ever really reaching that full size like they can. In fact, just this morning, I was going through a vat of rainbow fish that a swordtail had jumped into, and it was a big female green sword, and she was easily 4 inches. Like, she was bigger than the palm of my hand from one side to the other. She was really big, but usually they're going to be the body of the fish will be 2.5 inches, and then the tail's another inch or two on the back for us. Oh, Dave, these are the long-fin green dragon bushy nose. But we also have other longfin varieties. We have the chocolate longfin, albino longfin. I believe we have longfin super reds. Chris, no promises on a sale again. That was super last minute. Mike just came to me. He was like, "Hey, let's do a quick sale." So that was really a surprise for us as much as it was for you. But I'm glad you guys liked it. Hopefully some of you guys took advantage of it. Robert, great question. So red devil koi, we have fry growing up, and we have some that are this big, quarter size, $half size. The issue is we need more breeders as much as we need to sell them too. So We're also making sure, I know I have talked to a few customers, we're making sure that they're keeping that red color and it's not just they get red in the pond and then we sell them and then they go back to looking like a regular koi. And so far everyone's saying no, they're keeping their color, if not even looking better. So that's really good to hear. But that is something we are definitely working on. We have fry growing up. We have a few breeding pairs, not as many as we'd like though. So hopefully soon we'll have some to sell. All right, guys, I did see request to see some Tetras. So we'll look at some Tetras. Gonna walk right past them. So here's the size reference, the 40-gallon here. And these are the Serpe Tetras, or the red Serpe Tetras. These guys are great. They can be nippy, so definitely make sure you keep enough of them. If you look closely, you'll see little chunks missing out of some of them. That's just how they can be, so make sure you keep them in a large enough group. Look at that nice long fin Pleco there. So behind them, we have the Pristilla Tetra, or the X-ray Tetra. Daniel, I would not be worried if you have little worms or detritus worms or vinegar eels pop up. Really, it's just free fish food. Here we have the longfin Serpe Tetras. Now these guys are one of my favorites. Years ago I kept a school of these in a big 70, well not a big, but to some it's big, in a 75-gallon Planet aquarium, and these guys never stopped swimming back and forth, and they just looked amazing up against the green background of all the plants, and they just spent the entire day schooling back and forth, and it was really nice. So definitely one to check out. We have the Procyon down here. They're looking a little skittish today. Normally they're all up front. Here they're starting to come around. Oh, here's the cool one, guys. I don't show them almost ever. I don't even know if I ever shown them. But these are the gold neon Tetras. I'm just going to sit back for a second so you guys can get an overall view of them. But we're going to zoom in on one of them and really take a look at them. I think they're pretty cool. I am personally a fan of more like just a natural fish, not anything like with colors that you wouldn't find in nature. But these guys are really cool. I love how they look with the way the blue stands out on the eye and on the side of the body. These guys would look really good in a Planet tank, or even they would probably look pretty cool in like a dimly lit tank, maybe with a black background. They would probably glow. They would probably look like they were glowing against like a black background. We zoom back out. We have the black neons. Now these guys are really nice too. I mean, they're a common fish, but something about a black neon I just get excited about. They're just the black against that whitish, silverish blue line always looks really good in a tank. Lemon Tetras. Now these guys are super nice too. As they mature, they just get more yellow. We have the Phoenix Tetras. Now, what these guys lack in like bright colors, they make up for it. The males do with the nice trailers on their top and bottom fin. You can see that guy right there in the middle. So they don't have a ton of color, but they have really cool finnage. And they're a little bit of a bigger, taller Tetra, so you can get away keeping these guys with a little bit bigger fish. So if you have like a a mid-size cichlid you wanted to keep them with, they should do okay. The head and tail Tetra. Let's see if you guys have any questions. Oh, here we go. This is in the Tetra section, but we have the coolie loaches. These guys are awesome. I've kept these in the past though, and I never saw them. They just went and hid in some rocks, and they never really came out. But these guys are great. Look at them, all of them in the tube hiding. So. Tons of cherry barbs right now. A lot of them are really small. So these guys are pretty tiny currently. Bill, no, we don't have any Damascus or Dojo loaches. These are the albino tiger barbs. And down below we don't have many. It's not often we can get them in, but green tiger barbs, these guys are pretty nice. That's really cool, Susan. Susan says she had a 6-year-old coolie loach that would swim in her hands anytime she cleaned the tank. Dennis, those were just lemon tetras. I don't know if they have another common name as lemon orange tetras. Let me give you the scientific name. It'll give you a better reference to look up. So these are the Hyphisabricon pulchripinus. So if you want to look up that name and see if another common name for them is the lemon orange. Their eyes are reddish orange. So that could be what you're looking for. Guppy Town, asking for a centerpiece fish for a 10-gallon. Every time I'm going to say the same fish because I love them. I think they make a great tank, great fish for a 10-gallon. And that is the Apistogramma borelli. They're a smaller Apisto species. They don't get too big. And they fit, if you get a pair of them in a 10-gallon, you put some Tetras over top of them, maybe some neons or green neons, or maybe a Rasbora type that doesn't get too big. I think that would be a fantastic tank. In fact, I do have a 10-gallon at home with a pair of Borelli and Ember Tetras, and they do great. Here we have the Buenos Aires Tetra. Now these guys are pretty cool. If you are considering them and you have a planted tank, just be wary. They are known to sometimes eat plants. Some people say they eat all their plants. Some people say they never touch them. These guys are pretty cool. They're a bigger Tetra. They're pretty boisterous. They're really hardy. They get some nice color in their fins. Yeah, Susan, those orange cherry tetras are awesome. We breed the cherry tetras here. If you're talking about the same one, I'm blanking on the scientific name, but we breed them here in house. Right now, we're currently out of stock of them, but they are really nice. They're like a giant Ember Tetra almost when it comes to color. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for joining. Thanks for staying to the end. Be sure to check out the UPS Access Hub. It's really beneficial, especially if you have a full-time job. Maybe you can't get home or take the day off work to get your fish. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. Sorry about the connection error at the beginning there. Really wanted to show you guys some of the breeders, but just the way the cookie crumbles. So we'll catch you guys next time, and thank you.